As humans, we have a key need for belonging. We identify with certain individuals, certain groups. The problem is, though, that when identifying with these groups, when we start to see anyone who is different as other. Years back in my previous profession, I was working on a big project. I met with one of my colleagues to discuss our perceptions on where we would like the project to go. We then had a meeting with our superior to discuss same. Our superior had some points that she agreed with. There were some she disagreed with. And in the information she shared, some of the things she made sense to me and I agreed with them. And others I disagreed with and I shared that with her. I thought the meeting had gone pretty well. But as we stepped out of the meeting, my colleague was really angry with me. She felt that I had jumped ship, that I basically switched sides. Instead of supporting her, I was supporting my superior. And it left me feeling really confused because I didn't feel that I was supporting one person or the other. I had understood that we were all there to discuss the project and the different points of view to work out our difference of opinion to get to a common ground. Now, when there's this almost competitive vibe where one person's plans for a project are chosen or another, it really leads to this situation of othering instead of working together collaboratively. Now, your role as a leader is to really watch and set limits and clear guidelines that this kind of talk won't be tolerated in the workplace. This can happen significantly around anyone who has a marginalized identity. So around race, around sexual orientation, gender identity, all sorts of different, around neurodiversity. But it can also happen just across teams. So when two different teams are vying to have a project go in a certain way, as people discuss what they want, I've heard many times languaging around how the other team is lesser than and doesn't know as much. And this is when we really get into othering. So instead of being curious around understanding why another team, another individual might have a different perspective, we start to view the person as lesser than and give less value or less weight to their opinion or their perspective. So watch this carefully as a leader. It's very damaging within the organization. It breaks apart collaboration, leads to much more conflict. So as you see it, set clear guidelines around how these discussions will be had. Make sure that people are not speaking disparagingly about individuals or teams. And as much as possible, stay on top of it from day one. You'll end up with a much more effective team and a happier place to work.